Stumpy Vierow.
Yes, correct.
When did you first join Bullbus Club?
1969, 12th of December, 69 I got my bronze, along with 3 other individuals from the club, and it was in the first big push for new bronze members throughout Australia.
And how did you get involved? Did someone mention it to you, or?
No, I was aware of the club through my younger brother, who joined 2 years previous and had won Queensland R&R titles, and Percy Berrigan, a great stalwart of the club. He was a member of Brothers Rugby League who I played for, and suggested to my father, bring Graeme up, he can swim, he should be an asset.
So a lot of ex-Brothers League boys in the club?
Yes, Lenny Dittmar was one, and of course Lenny played for Queensland. I was team manager for a while. I clubhouse director.
In the 70s, this would have been?
70s and 80s. Clubhouse director. I was also in the R&R side, which we had quite a good one, and Arthur Parkin, who was a famous Australian lifesaver, not to mention Malulbar, probably the best surf lifesaver in Australia at the time, that he took surf lifesaving to the United States and Hawaii.
Absolute legend, old Arthur.
He was, yeah.
So the clubhouse went down. What year was that?
That was in 1979. We had a function in Brisbane in 1980. I ran an art union there. Back those days, I think I raised $10,000, which is not much these days, but back then it was 10 times that amount. And everybody really pitched in. We only used to have probably maximum 15 members in the club at that stage, and we got by. Everybody had to do everything, and it made boys into men overnight.
With that, so the fire was like decrease in membership because of the fire?
Well, we had, just before the fire, we had 110 bunk rooms, and everybody had come up either on a Friday night or Saturday morning. You'd stay overnight, do your patrols, your raffles, training, and then go back to Brisbane, because 95% of us were from Brisbane. So we'd go back Sunday afternoon if you had a car, or you'd go back on Monday morning and hope to God somebody would give you a lift.
And if you didn't get a lift, you stay in the bunk room?
Well, those days hitchhiking was still in, and if you wore a club shirt, most of the public knew you were a lifesaver, and they'd have no hesitation in giving you a lift back.
So harder times, but maybe better times in those days?
I don't know whether it was harder times. You didn't have the equipment that you have now, but you made do with what you had, and we did just as many rescues. We're probably more vigilant, we had to be. I believe there's about 20 members on patrol now. Our maximum was 4. We'd have 1 up the tower, 3 on the beach. Everybody could swim and pull a belt, but it's like everything, progress goes ahead. The ways of surf lifesaving have changed greatly. I was also lucky enough to be an examiner and an official at Australian titles, so you learned from other clubs, saw how they were doing it, but comradeship in surf lifesaving throughout Australia was unbelievable. You could go around Australia on a 12-month holiday and stay at any surf club in Australia for nothing. It was wonderful.
Because they all had bunk rooms.
Exactly. These days, it's a completely different ballgame.
Greatest achievements, things you're proudest of in your involvement with Mooloolaba?
Probably being helping young kids come through the ranks, seeing them develop, and really becoming pillars of society in their way, not only in the surf lifesaving, but outside, whatever profession they took on.
Still involved to an extent with
Yes, I am. I try and help the junior club in raising finance for whatever programs they've got, and I try and do a bit of looking after of the life members, who we now have 45 left. We did originally give out over the years 75 life membership. So there's probably quite a few when you think the club is just coming up to its 100 years.
Graeme Vierow, thank you. One of the great clubmen.
Thank you.
One of the great clubmen.